Well, hello kids, thanks for stopping by my channel. Working on things that kind of pop up and randomly just kind of loading it up on YouTube, because you never know who you can help. If I help 5 people, hey, you've made my day, because it's all about saving money. My Taurus, I got to check engine lights come on. Now, it started coming on a couple of days ago after I started working on it, and it's actually right down there. And I've got a couple of codes here. Got the old PO171 and the old infamous PO174 Bank 1 and Bank 2 to lean. Now, it only means one thing, that it means that air is getting into the engine, unwanted air is getting into the engine, or perhaps moisture is getting into the engine, and it's causing the O2 sensors to see the extra fuel and air and coming on and freaking out and says, hey, I don't like you anymore. I don't like what you're giving my engine. So now the thing we have to do is determine where it's leaking and possibly what is leaking. Now, one thing we can rule out probably pretty fast on these cars, especially this Taurus, and this goes just for about any car. Those codes are related to, like I said, air intake and fuel mixture, and sometimes moisture. Check your coolant level. First thing, have you had any coolant loss over the last 6 months, over the last week or two? Any unusual coolant loss? Well, if you don't, then more than likely it's not a gasket issue. It's probably going to be an air leak. Perhaps your intake gasket is getting bad, or you've just got a dry rotted hose somewhere. A lot of times on some of the Explorers that I've worked on, you can still have a intake gasket that's bad. You really won't notice the coolant level that much, the loss, because the engine takes so much coolant. It takes a half a gallon to lose it before you actually realize that it's gone down. So in the smaller cars, sometimes you get lucky and you notice it right away. But like I said, I know my intake gaskets are okay because they were replaced not long ago, so that does help me out. So I got a sneaky suspicion I've got a hose off or something is dry rotted up here. So what we're going to do, first thing you can do is go ahead and get your can of carburetor spray, and we're going to kind of spray this in some areas and see if the engine changes RPM, and if it does, then it'll give us some idea of perhaps what is going on. Now remember, if you have a spark plug that's sparking, arcing, don't spray this stuff while it's running, because you will cause a nasty little explosion. This stuff is highly flammable, and when you spray it right in the area you want, and don't spray it too long. The idea is kind of we want to get the spray in there. If it is sucking in extra air, it'll mix the mixture up, and it'll cause the engine to stumble, maybe drop a little RPM, and you can kind of get an idea of where the leak might be. So let's go ahead and start this up, because I don't have a lot of time on this cell phone to shoot. I'm shooting it in HD, so we'll go ahead and start it up and see what we get out here. Like I said, it's running pretty good. By the way, it's about 95 degrees out here in September, so it's pretty warm. Now I wanted to angle the car in a light where you can kind of get a good idea and see what's going on. So just to verify, I'm going to go ahead and spray around my intake gasket. See if I notice any difference in the RPM. And you can see that that stuff evaporates pretty fast, so you don't want to spray too much too long. Alright, that seems to be okay. Still idling pretty good. Now I've got some vacuum lines over here. Let's see, I'll check a few things over here. Check around your throttle body, make sure, you know. And also, if you have an air cleaner, make sure that this clamp is tight. I've seen a lot of cases where this clamp is loose and it sucks in extra air up in this area, and it will throw the check engine light on. The whole idea of this, all the air that comes into this engine is managed right here through this sensor, and you got to make sure that the air that comes in only passes through here. If you have any other air leakage, it's going to cause your check engine light to come on. It's going to throw a code. Like I said, the O2 sensor will see it. So that's the whole idea. So we'll just keep spraying around here. My EGR valve back there, it seems to be okay. Nothing there. Everything's tight there. I got some more hoses back here. But a lot of the hoses back here are just air conditioning and heating system vacuum lines. I've got some EGR valves back here, some hoses. Oh, did you hear that? It stumbled there when I sprayed that. I think we found our problem. We spray here a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. I think I found the problem right here. Oh, I hear it hissing right here. Hear that? There's a problem right here. Yeah, right there. We got a worn out hose on the TVC valve here. So let me shut this engine off. Fan just kicked on. By the way, I'm doing this out here in the parking lot away from my house because they're mowing grass today and it's noisy. And now I got the bikers. Everybody's enjoying the last few warm days we got left. Okay, now it's a little quieter. All right, now here is my issue I just found. Wow, that thing is really flimsy. It's sucking extra air on the back side here. This is what's causing my extra air to come in the engine and the check engine light on. So I'm gonna have to get a clamp, stick on there. Oh yeah, that thing way too loose. That should be tight because these engines run off of a thing called a vacuum map sensor, which mine is right here, and this thing is always testing the air for vacuum pressure. So any extra air gets in here, drops the vacuum pressure, and that engine computer doesn't like it. So there we go. So let me see if I can find the clamp and stick on it. All right, I got me a little clamp on there. I kind of put that on there. I sprayed some cleaner on there, cleaned it up real good. And now it's on there nice and tight. And all the other hose I've checked, I don't see no issue. And go ahead and start it up. And I think I probably found my problem, which is sort of a surprise. Let's see if we have any more hissing. That's much better. I can put my hand back there, move it around, it doesn't hiss no more. I'll spray some cleaner on it. Engine doesn't change speed no more, so I think I found my problem. Or I should say fixed. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drive this for a few days and I'll check back with you guys here and I'll let you know how it went, okay? So give me a couple of days. All right, day 3, and good news is my light has never come back on. It seems to be doing pretty good. Been driving in town a lot, stop and go, and been on the highway a little bit, but it seems to be okay. So just make sure you take that piece out of there. And when you take that piece out, there's some smaller hoses on the back. Make sure they're not cracked or maybe busted, because sometimes it's kind of hard to see back there. But that's how you check for those codes. That's one way, I should say. But just get you some starting fluid and get out there and start listening, and even get you a hose, put up to your ear, and an old garden hose, and kind of stick down there, and that will help you out too. So thanks for watching the video. And my next project is the fuel pump. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's humming. I'm gonna have to replace the fuel pump. All right, well, thanks for watching my videos, y'all. Be careful, and good luck.